Let's summarize our lesson. First, we explain the photosynthesis process. It happened inside the green leaves. And we have photosynthetic pigments. These are the pigments that absorb chlorophyll, that absorb light energy. They are three types of pigments. Okay, we said chlorophyll. And there are two types of chlorophyll, chlorophyll A and B. And we have xanthophyll and carotenoids. And then we said that the process of photosynthesis happen inside the chloroplast. We explained the structure of the chloroplast. It has a double membranes, okay, and then it has membranes that absorb light energy. We call those membranes thylakoid. This is the double membrane of chloroplast, and inside we have thylakoid membranes. Okay, thylakoid membranes, these are the green layers that absorb light energy and fix it. And between the thylakoid membrane, we have a liquid part. We call it stroma. Okay, so these are the outer and inner membranes of chloroplast. Okay, and here we call this a stock of membrane, these layers of membrane, we call it granum. And this membrane, we call it thylakoid membrane. Don't depend on light. The reaction that depend on light, we call them light dependent. That don't depend on light, we call them light independent reactions. The reaction that depends on light happen inside the granum. Happen inside the granum of the chloroplast. Okay, while the light independent reaction happen inside the stroma. In the granum has the photosynthetic pigments. These are, as we said, chlorophyll A, chlorophyll B, carotenoids, and xanthophyll. They are there. They are going to absorb light energy. Okay, so they absorb light energy. What's in the light energy is absorbed? It's a small particles. We call them photons. Photons are going to be absorbed by the photosynthetic pigments here. Okay. As a result of that, reactions happen. The first type of reaction that happen here, we call them photolysis. Photolysis is light will be absorbed by the chlorophyll and the other pigments. As a result of that, light energy will convert into chemical energy. It will be an activated chlorophyll molecule. The activated chlorophyll molecule stores the energy there because the electrons will be taken by the chlorophyll molecules. The electrons will excite the sum of the electrons in the chlorophyll molecules from low energy level to high energy level. So in this way, we'll call it activated chlorophyll. And then Photolysis is splitting of water molecules into hydrogen and oxygen. Okay, oxygen will be released as a byproduct, while hydrogen, nicotine amide dinucleotide phosphate is going to carry hydrogen and form reduced NADP, NADPH, reduced NADP. Okay, and as because this process we split a large molecule into small molecules, so this process produces ATP. Those reactions, because they require light, we call them light dependent reactions. Light independent reactions. Light independent reaction, those reactions depends mainly on enzymes. They don't use light as a catalyst. Here enzymes are the catalyst. So enzymes catalyze those reactions. Those reactions involve what? Involve what we call carbon fixation. Carbon fixation, which is supplied from ATP. So those reactions, carbon fixation, carbon dioxide, which is diffused inside the leaf from stomata, is being fixed with hydrogen that was carried on the reduced NADP to form a complex molecule that, like sugar and more complex carbohydrate. And because small molecules form a larger molecule, so the process is endothermic and it's going to consume ATP that was produced from the light-dependent reactions. And then explain the difference between absorption spectrum and action spectrum. Just give me 1 second. We said action spectrum. You are with me, right? So action spectrum. Here I am. Not here. Okay, this is the action is no, sorry, this is the absorption spectrum. Absorption spectrum. White light consists of the visible light, you know, it's made of 7 different colors. They have wavelengths range from 400 nanometer to 700 nanometers. The light absorbance by the chlorophyll happen at 2 peaks, as we said, in the blue region and again in the orange region. Okay, the blue region, which is about at 450 nanometer, and the orange region in wavelengths about 650 nanometers. Okay, and this is the action spectrum. It shows you the relation between what? Between the wavelength of light and the rate of the photosynthesis. Okay, and so the rate of photosynthesis is very high at wavelengths 450, which matches the maximum absorbance, and again at 650, which also matches the maximum absorption. Okay, and we said the green plants appear green because when they absorb a wavelength of light in the blue and orange red region, the color which is not absorbed will be reflected. You can see that this part has the green color. This is the color that the green leaves appear with. Okay. And then in our lesson, we have a part on the oxygen, the effects of photosynthesis on Earth. You know, when the green plants make photosynthesis, they produce oxygen. Okay, they produce oxygen. That oxygen is used in respiration and in burning processes. Respiration. Sugar can be converted into other forms. So oxygen is used in respiration and combustion. Carbon dioxide help to reduce the global warming and also keep the balance between the levels of oxygen and the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. You know, oxygen level now is about 20%, while the carbon dioxide is 0.04%. Carbohydrates, the main carbohydrate produced is sugar, glucose, and from glucose, the plant is able to build up all types of complex food materials, not only sugar, but also proteins and fats. Okay. You have a part in the book about the history of the green plants and how they evolved on Earth. We are going to discuss them in the next lesson, inshallah, together with the limiting factors. Okay, guys? Can you unmute your microphones now? Did you understand the lesson? Is it okay? Time. If you go back to our here to the lesson, you will see that I have put two files here. Um, sorry, it's not your lesson. Here files. These are the first lesson today. You can see here there are two activity sheets. Now we are going to solve the first one, and the second one I will leave it for you as homework. Okay, activity one. You can see the screen, right? So we can solve it. Um, Question one, sunlight is used to split water in photolysis. What are the two chemicals made from the water? What are the two chemicals made from the water? Hmm? Who wants to answer? From water, oxygen and hydrogen, yes. Okay, oxygen and hydrogen. These are the chemicals. During light-dependent reactions, another molecule which store energy is made. What is called? Another molecule which store energy. Store energy. Hmm? NADP does not store energy. NADPH stores hydrogen. Yeah, ATP, correct. What happened to the oxygen, which was once part of water molecule? And what is the fate of hydrogen? Hmm? Guys? Yeah, released to the atmosphere. Yes. Number four, carbon fixation incorporates carbon dioxide into reactions in the stroma. What is the final product of this carbon fixation? When carbon is being fixed with hydrogen, what does it give? What does it produce? Hmm. The light independent reactions give what? Does it give sugar or not? Right? Guys, it produces sugar, right? طيب, which molecules from photolysis carry energy needed to produce carbohydrates from carbon dioxide in the light-independent reaction of the stroma? Molecules from photolysis that they will be used in carbon fixation. A hydrogen is carried on net pH, right? So this is the first molecule, net pH, reduced net P. And the second is ATP. Okay, guys? So carbon dioxide make use of net pH and ATP in the light-independent reactions that happen inside the stroma. Guys, any question? Now we are done, alhamdulillah. But you can see in the files activity 2. You can do activity 2 as homework.